Хорошо.
Окей?
Да.
Так, тогда, Эмиль, нам нужна будет запись.
Уже в процессе.
Класс. Тогда, раз мы, да, установочная, видимо, часть будет отрезана. Ярослав, привет. Ксюш, привет. Крис, привет. Вы рулите сейчас эфиром, вы показываете свои презентации, вы рассказываете о том, что это такое, зачем вообще, что такое продвижение токенов, работа с комьюнити, работа с NFT, управление репутацией, вниманием, капитализацией, монетизация, собственно, и сообщества, и диджитал-ассетов. Поэтому давайте, вы в этой области эксперты, у вас есть крутые кейсы, вы делали миллионные бюджеты своим клиентам, хотел сказать, многомиллионные, потом вспомнил, что эта цифра всегда варьируется от 100 и больше. Растем к этой цифре, но уже результаты классные. Поэтому давайте. Ребята здесь пришли, ждут вашего выступления.
Guys, hello. My name is Yaroslav. I'm a founder of marketing agency, Monaproof marketing agency. And Chris is here. Say hi, Chris.
Hi.
Chris is our co-founder. So our marketing agency basing on NFT token sales and gamify project promotions. And we have a huge expertise. We are a young team, but we are already official media partners of big summits and conference like World Blockchain Summit, Blockchain Live, 330, etc., up to 7 different kind of big worldwide exhibitions. And we're helping them also in marketing. And of course, let's start from the token sales, NFT sales, and Chris.
This was your introduction. Okay.
Yes.
That's very short. But yes, we have a huge expertise in tokens and NFTs and different kinds of tokenization processes for different communities. And as I understand, on this meeting, we have different founders of Telegram and Twitter, Discord communities. Am I right, Maxim? Just to understand for whom are we? Mostly, yeah? Okay.
Mostly founders.
Mostly founders, all right. So let's start from the beginning. You all know probably what is NFT as NFT collections. Like we all know about Bored Apes is like the huge and most famous NFT collection of all. With the monkeys, and the original idea of NFT collections is to make money on sales of NFTs on the NFT mint. When you create the collection, when you create art, when you create some kind of utility, and you go with this utility and art and sell like 10,000 NFTs, and each NFT is like, for example, $100. So you make a few $1 million on just one day of NFT sales. So to make this happen, you need to have a community of people who will buy these NFTs. And this community you already have, because the most difficult part is actually to collect people who is able to buy something. But if you have a community, you can easily make money from this community just on selling things online. For example, if you are a blogger and you have like this is a dumb example, but like, for example, if you are a blogger and you make some info product like course where you tell, like, I don't know, how to make $1 million on Wildberries or some, like, marketplace. This is one way of tokenization. This is one way of, it's not tokenization, it's a way of capitalization of your blog. But if you have a community where you communicate directly with each person in this community, like, for example, on Telegram, you can directly contact all of these people and you can reply on their questions. You can communicate with them, like, in a more appropriate way. And also all of these people are more engaged than in a blog, for example. In our work, we mostly work with Telegram, Twitter, and Discord. But Twitter, of course, is not a platform for community making. It's a platform for communication with the more, I don't know, more global audience, where they cannot really give you some feedback on the things you say. But Telegram and Discord are the platforms where you create the community for exactly communication. So in this community, in this platform, Twitter, Discord, and Telegram, where you have the community, you can sell them something. So basically what we do, we sell NFTs and we sell tokens. Why do you actually need to sell tokens or NFT for your existing community? Why is this important? Why is this good for you? And why is this good for the community? First of all, it is very easy way for creating a DAO. For example, if you have a very sorry guys, because I'm in Dubai, the connection gets turned off sometime. Do you can still hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I saw Maxim asked to turn on the camera. Okay. So basically what I was saying, that if you have a community on Telegram or Discord, the most important thing why you have to make the NFT or token is because it will help you to create a DAO. What is actually DAO in the crypto space, you already know, but it helps you to create the community where each member can actually make some decisions, where they can vote for something. Yeah? You wanted to ask something? Okay. So on DAO system, each community member can vote for something. And DAO is connected with NFTs and tokens, so it's related to both subjects. And to first of all collect all this member, to like structuralize this member, they need to have some kind of token. But token is more token is harder to manipulate, and also it is harder to control this token properly. That's why on the first step you need to create NFTs. Also, right now the technology allows us to create burnable NFTs. So for example, you have a community 100 people, and this is a community where you post, I don't know, let's say calls for different allocations on some projects, or you post some information that helps people to earn some money, or you, for example, teaching people how to make business, I don't know, anything. So you have this community, it's like already a DAO, because this is a small community. And but you don't know how to actually collect some profit from this community if you don't want to sell them any info product, because it is hard, like what you can do with them. But the actual membership of this community is already valuable. So each person who is participant in this community can pay for being in this community itself. So basically what you can do, you can create the NFT collection that where each NFT will be sort of a pass, like a utility pass that will be allowing this exact person to become a member of your community on Telegram. So let's say you have the 100 people on your Telegram group, and you create 100 passes that will, each pass will be like a membership, and this pass can be also burnable on the blockchain. So for example, each pass will allow this person to join this Telegram group for, let's say, 1 month. After 1 month, this pass will be burned on his wallet, and he will not be able to attend this group anymore. And the system on Telegram also will recognize that this person doesn't have NFT anymore, and it will remove immediately this person from a group. Also, what this system will help you to do with this community. Okay, you sold 100 passes. You already made like profit from selling passes, because each pass could be like, expensive, like $1,000, let's say. So you already make your income on selling these things. But also you can connect to this pass some token. So let's say if it is a small community, it's a DAO. And for example, if you post here calls for like allocations for tokens, doesn't matter, you can make this system where people can vote for attending to some project with their money. So basically they can vote with the token, and this is how you create these DAOs. That's the first way. The second way is not to create the DAO, and it is not to sell any NFTs to this community. Actually, you can also sell NFTs just to make the NFT collection, and then you will develop this community like a normal NFT collection. You will create a project. Like, let's say you just have the community that is a crypto related community. So like, you don't want to make it as a DAO, you don't want to make it closed, you just want to make money on this community. So you basically create the NFT collection and you just sell it to these people. You say, okay, this NFTs will have some type of utility. For example, it will give you some real life utility. I don't know, discounts in the restaurants if you're a restaurant owner, or you could say like it will be a pass, like a ticket for some crypto conferences, for I don't know, anything. It could be just a real life related utility, or it can be some online utility, or it can be just a utility pass for your platform or product. So you just create the group where you post news consciously about your product, and you say, okay guys, this will be cool, this will be mooning soon. And on one day you say, okay, I will make the NFT collection, and each holder of this collection will have a possibility of making profit from my products, from my platform, from my restaurant. I will give like 1% of my own income to each holder of this NFT. So you sell those NFTs to the people who joined your community already, and basically you just grow this as an NFT collection where you post news about what you have done, and people can promote also this community if they are a member of something they paid for. And also it will create the secondary market. So if you create just a DAO will not have a secondary market because it will be burnable. But if it is a normal NFT collection, then it will be not burnable and it will have a secondary market. So on secondary you can make royalties, you can make some money on each resale of this NFT, and also you can create hype, because each person who bought your NFT as an NFT collection will want this collection to grow. They will want to have some profit out of this. So basically what they will do, you will create some referral system, and each person who brings a new person, like a normal business, they will also be interested in like earning something. So it is already a big system of people who is tokenized with NFTs, and each person is interested in this collection, in growing this price, in growing this community, because each member who participated first will be able to actually make more profits if this grows higher. And the third way of tokenization is a simple token sale. Like, for example, right now we're working with many games, with many DeFi and GameFi projects, and most of them they don't go for fundings anymore. They're not going for they don't raise money on the finding investors, angels, and etc. They just do the token sales. So basically they collect the small community, even 1,000 people, and they are telling to this community like, okay guys, you are the first to have this product and we are going to launch a token, and so you guys, you are the first ones, you can actually be the first in the token as well, because we will give you the best price for the token. So basically they make a pre-sale of the token, and so they make pre-sale of this token they created, people participating in the token pre-sale, and so that's how you collect the first money. Then you go bigger, you invest money that you collected on the pre-sale of the token in your community to the marketing, of course. You go to different influencers, you use the systems that we know that will work. So you use this money for marketing and you grow a huge community for the token sale. And token is super easy. It's like 100% ROI, 100% return of investment, because like it is impossible to not sell enough token for the money you spend on marketing. So basically you will have
Correct
the community.
marketing.
The correct marketing, yes. You will have the community tokenized. You will have the community tokenized. They all will have your token. You will have a referral system that will also motivate people to invite the new member for your community, and you will be able to make huge profits on it, because each time you sell token, you first of all return this money into your how you say in English, pool, in your token pool, and each time someone buys your token, you return your money. So basically you take you also hold a huge amount of your token, of course, because you're a token founder and you can hold as much token as you want, of course, and not necessarily to freeze all the tokens you have. So basically each token you hold, you just take out these tokens and invest them into marketing. So from marketing, from each time of marketing, people buy tokens for like, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. You take 5,000, reinvest in marketing, people buy for, I don't know, $30,000 in your token. That's how you grow your token. You get more holders, you get listed on different exchanges and dexes, and your community is happy because everybody makes access. Your community growing because people invite their friends to join, and also you have fundings for development of your project. And if you're actually not a scammer, if you want to do something with this project, you already have these fundings where you invested $15,000 in the beginning and collecting in 2-3 weeks $150,000. You already have some kind of investment for developing any game, any DeFi project. And that's how it works. It's very easy. It's very I think important to do it, because in the future, like right now, I think we're all still early in crypto, and in the nearest future, when the bull market starts, if you already have your token now, in the bull market, people will start calling for your token, for your NFT. Doesn't matter which strategy you choose. If it works now, when the bull market starts, big influencers, big people in crypto will call for your project, because it already showed that it can exist in the bear market. So also right now there is not so much competition to create. If you start, like if you say, oh, but now it's a terrible time to start some NFT or token because people will not buy, Bitcoin is falling and stuff like that. Of course, but when the bull market starts, everyone will make, every single project who collected money 1 year ago and now waiting for this time to start, they will start all this in the same time, and the competition will be so high that you will not even have a spot in the good influencers timeline to post about your project.
You will not
be able
get like any kind of marketing traffic, because when bull run is starting, you cannot get any kind of spot, even from marketing agencies, even from the tech team who making spams, who making traffic. You cannot get a spot. You know, this is a problem. Like everybody buying, but you cannot grow your product. This is the main problem right now, because even in small movement of up and with uptrend, it's getting difficult to get right traffic. So
Even like, for example, like 1 week ago, when you know all about the Pepe movement, you could say where all the Twitter was trending with the Pepe, was like so. It was so hyped that even like people who is not connected to crypto was posting on their Instagrams, and so we decided to do one meme token sale, and we made it. But then we lost so much accounts that we use for marketing. We lost so much little things that we usually never lose because of this, because so many people were doing the same thing in the same time that you know, Telegram, Twitter, Discord, they all use AI technology to recognize if you are spamming, if you're doing some type of marketing. All the influencers raised their prices. So basically what we normally do for, I don't know, little money, we had to spend 2x from the normal marketing budget, even because of the small movement. In 1 year, or like even in a half a year, I think will become more active. The market will be sort of a bull run, as specialists say. And in this time, all the projects who raised money 1 year ago, like all the huge games, I know personally maybe 100 projects who raised money 1 year ago and they did nothing this year. So they will have to show their investors that they did something. It is important to show the investor you did something. You cannot, like, you know, say, oh, but we prepared, we created a demo for our game. No, it will not work. They will have to show traction. They will have to show something. So they will start their token sales. I'm sure all of them will have token sale, and then they will make an NFT collection or something because they don't know what else to do. And in this time, all the influencers will raise their prices. Normal post that is normally $1,000 now will cost $3,000 or even $5,000 as it was before. After this, it will be even more terrible because you will not be able to collaborate with anyone. All the good projects, like right now, we collaborate in our NFT collections with Doodles, with Azuki, with even Bored Apes. We can collaborate with anyone we want. If I want to go to Doodles Alpha, they will not reject my project if it is good, if it is not a scam, they will not reject. They will bring their own holders to my project. 1 year ago, it was impossible, and 1 year after from now, it will not also be possible. So yes, that's why it is important to start now, and now it's a great time to start because we are not already on the bottom of the market. Market is growing. I believe it is like one of the best times to start if you start
and
now.
it's possible to start with a small amount of money. You don't need to spend like $100,000. You can start even with $15,000, and what kind of yes.
Like if you make an NFT collection, of course, because an NFT collection is a high risk but high profit. And an NFT collection, you spend like $50,000, but you collect $200,000 minimum. But also it is an NFT collection, so it will be better community in terms of people investing more money. Each person buys more. Each person buys at least like $50. If you make token sale, each person can spend like $10, $20, $30, but they will also be a community members, which will be a bigger community in terms of tokens. The community will be bigger, but less like investors who spend less. But in the NFT collection will be a smaller community, but investors who spend more on the project, I mean. So basically, in the token sale, you can spend $15,000 and make any amount of money, but you will for sure like 100% return your investment of 15,000 in like first week. If it is NFT, it's more risky, of course, because the NFT market is more in the risk zone than the token market. But you will have more interesting projects that will be on Discord only, because normally tokens are on Telegram, NFTs are on Discord. So you will have better better community, more interesting for sure. But it will be more riskable because in the NFT sale, some things can go wrong, some things can happen, and like thousands of things. But generally, it is also a good strategy. I think 50,000 if you invest, it's not a big money if you have a good project. If you have good devs, nothing bad will happen, and you will have like interesting results, and you will actually know how it is to make the NFT collection. Because no one knows how to create the NFT collection. But it's an amazing experience. I wish to everyone to try to make the NFT collection themselves because it's very creative, it's very interesting, and it's potentially bringing big incomes. Yes, I think I finished. If you have like not one, if you have some questions, I will be glad to answer.
Okay. We understood that we have 3 ways of making money for startups. We have token sale, we have NFT sales, and we have subscriptions. So for token sales, you can start with small amount of money, but you cannot make such a huge profit like NFT collections. NFT collections, you cannot start less than $30,000, but if everything go well, you can make profit up to $200,000 at that market. For future, maybe when the market will be better, you can make up to $1 million. Okay, but at that moment, you can make easily up to $200,000 if you have like good projects with products, etc., etc. So, and subscriptions. For subscriptions, at that moment, you cannot sell a lot, you cannot make a lot of money, but you can grow your business little by little with small amount of investments, and you can check.
Subscription, you mean like NFT pass subscription or what type of subscription you're talking
No,
about?
it could be anything like even you don't need to have like NFT to get to charge people money for subscription. Even in application, it's also subscription. So you can, for example, you can try to buy one influencer, you can check the return, and you can grow your business little by little. But it will be like very slow and very, very boring. So maybe we understood how generally it works. Maybe we have to talk about some fuck ups which we can get during our process of launching, of selling tokens, of mint.
That's your favorite subject.
It's my favorite subject because when we're saying like, okay, we can make $200,000, of course, from 50,000, of course, it's a risky, in general investments, if you're getting like 3%, it's good during the year, for for classical investments. So
if it is interesting, I can tell about some fuck ups real quick because I don't want you guys to wait for the next topic. But yes, there are a lot of ways to fuck up your entire project.
Yes, at least you can save your money, even if you start some marketing campaign with us. Even you start your marketing campaign without us. Maybe that's 10 minutes will save you like a lot of up to $15,000-$20,000. So this is very important, I think, to talk about it.
Do you want me to tell?
Yes.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay.
I have a question. So if you want to launch your NFT collection on this market now, what do you think is the best place for listing? Is it OpenSea or some kind of another NFT marketplaces like Blur, or it is better to launch it using your own NFT marketplace? What do you think about it?
No, of course, it's depend of the like blockchain. you have to understand the specific of market like deeply, because for example, for Ethereum collection, there is no launchpad, the place that you can make NFT sales in a good way with good result. So everybody using their website, so you have to create your website. If it's Solana, for example, there is a good launchpad in Solana, so it's better to make NFT sales, especially like in launchpad. So it depends of the blockchain, and like of course you have to,
what
first
blockchain
you have to find like good advisors, because this is like it's impossible to make NFT collection like NFT mint from OpenSea. Okay, I see some stupid situation when the companies just minting NFTs and trying to sell something from like OpenSea, and it's happened with huge companies. Like for example, I have a friend. He's like TradingView president. They have 40 million users, traders, and their marketing department decide few years ago to make NFT sales, and they just created NFTs and they just put it in OpenSea. And after they made a and they told, oh, NFT doesn't work, like it's super funny situation, but you have to like make your own research, of course, because this is kind of
No,
basic
maybe you have
things.
already the NFT collection.
Mhm.
What's your NFT collection? Is it on Solana or on Ethereum?
Well, actually, I'm just choosing on what network I want to start my project. So I have already concept and design and business model, but we are considering maybe it is a BNB network.
No, it for sure shouldn't be BNB network. So each blockchain for NFT sale is different, and each blockchain has its own community. It is very important to understand that, like, if it depends from, it will depend from everything. Which blockchain you choose, of course, the best is Ethereum if you want to create a serious project with big ambitions for forever, because NFT on Ethereum is the beginning of the whole NFT. But right now, the hype is on Solana. So if you want to create the Solana, if your collection is like a collectible, and if you want to be more sure and more secure that it will sell out, it's better to go for Solana, because right now, for example, 1 week ago, it was a huge hype on Solana, and all Twitter was trending with Solana NFTs. And it was this collection with the game, with like, monkeys gangs game, where people like, went just crazy. And after this, it was one more collection where they had 150,000 reach on each post on Twitter, and it was also Solana. So right now, Solana, for sure, if you're just choosing which blockchain you want to create, and the marketplace would be for Solana Magic Eden, of course, but not just Magic Eden marketplace. Yaroslav said correctly that it is important to make your NFT collection on a launchpad, because if it is Solana, you have the slight chance for getting into their launchpad, and with the launchpad, it's like, very, very huge chance of selling out, and it will create hype. So it's all about hype. But also, when you try to create your first NFT collection, like, let's get back to the subject. Yaroslav asked correctly, what are the fuck ups? When we created 2 years ago our first NFT collection, we spent $150,000 on marketing budget, and we sold 2 NFTs. We did not return our investment. We lost a lot of money. Why this happened? Because we asked unprofessional marketing agencies and marketers all over the market, because it was just the beginning of NFTs. Back then, it was just the beginning, and it was very expensive. It was a bull run. Each influencer, each post on Twitter cost costed us like $2,000, $1,000, and we couldn't understand why is this so expensive and why so less followers come from these posts. And we asked so many marketers, like, no, can you help us? Do you know how to promote NFT collection? Because originally Yaroslav is from the art sphere, and he has his own sculpture studio. He's like, famous artist in Russia. But anyway, it's he had a lot of art, and we just wanted to sell it as NFTs. So what we did, we started NFT collection by ourselves, and we did not know what to do. We found one advisor, but this guy did not know anything about NFTs. He just bought like few cool cats or something, and we were like completely out of information and wanted to create everything by our own. So we just knew that we need a Discord and Twitter. We created Discord and Twitter, and then we started to look for marketers, and everyone was like, okay, yes, I know. We took few consultations. They said, go for influencers. Like, there are so many influencers, you will create the community. We did what they say, and we lost so much money on this. After, of course, we started to learn by step, losing each time. So like losing each time money, we learned how to create it, because the community has to be set in the right way. Your Discord has to have right channels, right way of arranging these channels. Your Discord has to be like very interesting and very easy for the people who come into this Discord to understand what this project is about. It has to have right moderation. It has to have right AI tools that will help these people to be active. You have to have right community management. You have to actually have right sources of the traffic. You have to have good followers, not just anyone. You need to bring the community who will buy, and this is very difficult to find, because when you go for influence marketing, and we are against of spending 80% of budget on the influence marketing, because like it doesn't work, and you don't know how much money costs each follower, which is the most important. We using different AI technologies, and we build it, I think biggest on market right now, bot farms on Twitter, Discord, and Telegram, which show your project all over the internet and creating the huge hype. That's how all the main NFT collection on Solana, for example, sold out. Like OK Beers, 3P Ape Tribe, all of them used just huge bot firms, like 150k bot firms. There is like investigators from the internet who found out all the strategy they used, and we decided to implement it in our work, and now it works very well with the token sales and with the NFT sales, of course. So the strategy has to be, marketing strategy has to be modern. It has to be not related just on the influencers and not on collaborations. So collaboration is important, but influencer is important, but all of it together has to go in the right influencers, in the right collaborations, and it has to also be based on the viral marketing system. So that's the point. And the worst thing that can happen during your project sale, it doesn't matter token or NFT, is that you can fuck up the development part. So in our team, long time we did not have our own developer, and it killed so much time, and it made so much disappointment in our projects, because simply, not even in our project, in our clients' projects as well, because everyone wants to make an NFT sale, but no one wants to find and pay to the good development teams. Like, for example, no one wants to pay $10,000 for developers, and the good developer team asks this much money. So no one wants. Everybody waits for the last minute to create their smart contract. Every single team we worked with wait 1 week before mint to create their smart contract, because everyone just thinks, okay, but there are hundreds, thousands of NFT projects sold out. I will just find on the GitHub the ready smart contract and will use the smart contract. It will be $100 to attach it to our website. So it doesn't work this way. Each time you're not paying for the development, each time you're saving your money on the development, you losing X100 money on the token sale or NFT sale because you don't understand yourself the smart contracts. Because like cheap developer can put their own wallet in this contract with, like, you know, one of the latest projects we worked with, the developer put his wallet into the smart contract, and 10% of each buy of token went to the wallet of the developer of the smart contract, which the project didn't even know about until they lost like $2,000-3,000 to this guy. And then also he got this token. So the project was killed. They couldn't do anything with it because you cannot continue the project knowing that someone holds 3,000 of your tokens. You don't want to continue this project also because if you push the token, it will not be 3,000, it will be 6,000 or more. So you don't want to pay the scammer $6,000. It's very hard, very, very hard. Also with NFT, like so many things in the smart contract can go wrong. Like transaction couldn't load. We had like one project very hyped, very, very hyped. Everyone was talking about it. The community was crazy. Everyone wanted. But on NFT, you have only one try to sell your NFT collection. Only one try. If you did not do all correct from the first time, people will not return. Even if the difference between the time you announced and the time mint actually went live is 1 hour, no one will buy. You can only announce time and date one time, and you can only sell it at this time and at this moment. Mint cannot go well twice. So if your smart contract for some reason don't load money, if it can't hold a lot of people at the same time, for example, for NFT, your server like have to be able to process at least 30,000 people in the same time. So each transaction will not be stuck in the loading system. Also, shouldn't be any problems with the reveal of NFT. So people, okay, they bought NFT, it has to be on their wallet, and you have to be able to reveal these NFTs. If you are not able to reveal your NFTs, you will have to resend all the NFTs and your floor will be killed. If you, for example, send some amount of NFTs to people for free, you will kill your secondary market because all people who got your NFT for free will list it basically below floor. I mean, there are so many ways. Also, even everything went well. You paid good dev. Your smart contract loaded all the transactions. The server handled all the 30,000 people who came to participate in the mint day. But after this, you used this, let's say, dev just as a freelancer, and he doesn't want to work anymore. You fight or something. You have this money on the smart contract. This happened one time with us also. Everything went well. You have to take money somehow from the smart contract. You have to withdraw this smart contract. And you also can do it only one time. If you did something wrong, your money will go to the testnet. It will go to 0000 address. So you will lose everything. You will lose $1 million from the one click of a button because you didn't pay a dev. You don't know how to withdraw the smart contract. And it will also work with tokens. It's even more things. With tokens, it's like you have to have a blacklist on your smart contract, because in case someone bought a lot of tokens, they can, like on the pre-sale, let's say they bought a lot of tokens, and when it goes 3x, they want to sell all these tokens, and it will drop the price dramatically. So you cannot,
like, I mean, yes, you
allow it.
have to put some limits for buying, like from pre-sale, even from launch, for one wallet to don't make dump your project after for one person, you know, and manipulate, and he can market make your project and make yourself to go out from the project. So there is a lot of things. Yes.
There is hundreds of thousands of little possibilities. We launched over 20 projects in the last 2 years, and not on every project, but on most of the projects in the beginning, we had some mistakes we made. And when you go for the experienced marketers, when you go for the experienced advisors of your project, you simply save money on these mistakes. Even if you pay, like, I don't know, 15,000 for the advising during your project, you save $150,000 for not losing money on some dumb mistakes, like going for, I don't know, botted influencers on Twitter, or allowing people to whitelist with also bot farms, or I don't know, not checking the right things on your Discord server on the mint day, because there are important things to do on the sales day on your Discord server to not get simply hacked, because there was so many cases with our project, with our clients' projects, with like people we know projects, where simply the admin of the Discord got hacked and the drainer took all the money from the people's wallet who wanted to buy the NFTs. And like, you know, people think that you are a scammer, that you drained their money and their NFTs. Like one time we saw one wallet of the person who hacked the Discord of the project we helped, and this wallet had, at this only day, $5 million of the money he stole from the NFT sales of the people he hacked. So many things to know about NFT sales, about tokens. I hope I guys did not scare you, because it is also a very cool thing to do and you should try it.
Yes, it's a lot of possibilities, but it's a lot of things that you have to be careful and you have to know and you have to make your research by yourself. Even if you want to start like token sale, NFT sale, like by yourself, you need to onboard like fucking good advisor to your project, because you cannot even, we are on market, like we are 24 hours on that market like last 3 years, and even us, we know market like for 20%. Okay, we have a like fantastic expertise, but so many things every time, every new time coming out. So if you don't have a cool member in your team, like it will be, you will have like problem after. For example, today I had a call with one colleague who want to make a huge marketing in their project, and they onboard $150 million from investors, and they have, I made a call with CMO of their project, and they telling me, oh, like we have our own Telegram spamming, etc., etc. And I telling them, okay, guys, it's cool that you have Telegram spamming, but by your team, etc., etc. But for example, when we making traffic for token sales, we know especially how to make parsing, how to collect audience. Otherwise, you will lose a lot of money from that. For example, from 100,000 messages, you can get 100 users, or from 100,000 messages, you can get like 700 users. It's 7 times difference, you know. And that girl telling me that, oh yes, we parsing from Instagram's audience and we sending on Telegram. It's like unbelievable things, you know. That's super. Like, I don't know how some specialists work in marketing, but they still on that project, and they still, and I'm sure that they will burn their money. So in small details, it's possible to understand like the expertise of people who will advise you, who will help you. But if you want to make a project only by yourself, I recommend you to make a small project for smallest amount of money, and to be ready that first project you will lose that project, because it's impossible to make your first project by yourself in that super difficult market with a lot of small details and to make some profit. So you make your first project, second project, third project with small amount of money, then you will make good project and you can collect millions. For example, owner of Azuki, he made 11 NFT collections before making Azuki. So when when he made like his 10th NFT project, of course he will be like he was like cool expert. So maybe there is
Yeah,
a
Kira.
Ksenia here from our team. Yes, yeah, and she has a lot of things to tell us also, and we don't have like so much time. So maybe she can tell us some details about like community building, about how to collect right influencers, because it's not about good or bad influencers, it's about timing also. For example, if you're buying like 10 influencers and put that influencers every day, or if you're buying that's the same 10 influencers, or you put that influencers in the last day before sale, the result will be completely different. And the knowledge when to put right influencers, which timing, a lot of small details is important. Maybe Xenia will tell us about.
Okay. Thank you for all your advices. And I have some questions. So you told that it is a good way to start to launch your first project on with little money. So what do you think? What is the minimum amount of budget to launch some little project to test and then to have some experience? And
For test you put money that you will burn.
yeah,
So
but
how much you
so if I will follow
are
your
ready to
advice,
burn?
so I just need to start. I need to risk with money, right? To learn and to follow with the next project. So, and so my question is, how what can you estimate the minimum amount of marketing and development budget to start kind of test project with NFT collection and all of that?
I
For example, if it's okay, Crystal.
So just I need to spend some money for collabs for some influencers, right? Or maybe can be target advertising. Also, I need to interest advisor somehow. So I need money for all of that. So what
I
budget I need to have
it
to make all of this? I mean, to start. Yeah,
yeah, it depends how many NFTs you want to sell.
10,000.
10,000.
Yes.
I mean, I don't want to disappoint you, but 10,000 NFT with small budget is just impossible. It's like impossible. For 10,000,
Yeah, I'm
you
not just,
need.
I'm not asking just that I have. I'm not saying that I have small budget.
Okay.
I'm interested what budget
For
I need to have to start to make it
yeah,
kind of.
for 10,000 NFT,
4,500 NFTs.
first no 10,000. He says
Okay,
10,000 is if you
4,500 NFTs you have to spend for marketing at least $30,000. For 3,000 NFTs, you have to be ready to spend for marketing $50,000. Like just to try, I recommend you to make a first project, not the main project. Try to sell your 200 NFTs with money that you will lose for sure, and you will make your research with that first project. After that, you will know what kind of advisor you need, what kind of marketers you need, what kind of moderators, collab managers, like you will understand ecosystem deeply after. So I will recommend try to make something small with 5,000 to burn that 5,000. Then after with 30,000 with your new knowledge, with good team, you can make from 30,000 up to $100,000. So this is my advice. If you,
No,
but
but
Got you.
he says he wants to sell 10,000. Like, if you don't want to try with the small, like to make smaller collection in the beginning, I don't know, like maybe it will not be related at all to your collection that you want to sell now. Like you
to
need
sell
to start.
10,000, you need to have marketing budget $150,000 right now. So
And also, no one will guarantee you sell 10,000 because there are like
it's very risky. If you are
very
not Donald Trump, like.
Yes, if you don't have a celebrity onboarded, like a big influencer, international influencer, it will not be easy to sell 10,000. It will be very, very, very difficult, and it will be extremely risky to even try to sell the 10,000. Like 5,000 is possible. 5,000 is very possible with the good budget. But 10,000 right now, people even like they think when they come to your Discord, they will see the number 10,000 and they will leave. Doesn't matter what kind of utility you have. Doesn't matter if your team is doxed or not doxed. They will not believe in it because as many NFTs you sell, as more NFTs you have, as more investors you need to attract, because each investor can buy up to 3 NFTs, but from 1 to 3 NFTs, but they will know that there will be so many people in this project right now that half of them for sure will want to dump the price, and you need to understand who is the final buyer. And the final buyer and the psychology of the people who is actually into NFT space is like something else. It's not anything similar to any kind of other community, not even tokens. People who buy NFTs, they are very deeply into NFT space. They're super professional. They know more than you know. They know way more than you know. They know way more than we know. They know the best what they want. There are people who collect, like, there are people who collect some, traits from the projects. There are people who buys NFTs only with the logo of Telegram, for example. There are people who buys waves, like and you have to know so many little details about these people. You have to know so many little things about how actually the NFT even has to look like. And they don't believe right now in projects with 10,000 supply. If you, the only way to make right now 10,000 NFTs sell out, like, okay, there are two ways. First way, you are a celebrity or you collaborate with some celebrity 50-50 or even 80-30, 80-20, like 80% for the celebrity, 20% for yourself, and they promote their audience. Like, for example, Steve Aoki or Blondish, like, famous people, even from the music industry or whatever, who has the crypto audience. This is the first way. The second way is if you already sold out the collection that made at least 2x. If you already sold out the collection which has the good floor. If you, like, for example, Bored Apes, they can sell whatever they want. If they want to sell 20,000 NFTs, they will sell it. But anyone else like me, Yaroslav, you, we will never be able to sell right now 10,000 NFTs. Doesn't matter. Even if we spend $200,000, it will be still risky. We cannot guarantee it will sell out because people will think this is suspicious, that someone thinks they are so smart to make $1 million on the NFT sale right now. No one makes this money. Like, very difficult for them. Like, only project that I know right now who sold, like, not only project that, like, but there are very few. Like, each month there is one project who makes these great results. Like, for example, there is a Candyland project who has a great YouTube channel, and they grow this YouTube for almost 3 years, and they spend so much on the actual content for this YouTube. They had, like, cool cartoons. And they sold 10,000 NFTs in 3 minutes recently, this month, last month, I'm sorry. But this whole floor price went down. It's crashed 10 times. So the project went like almost, they don't have a good reputation now, and they will not be able to sell any more projects in the future because the first project dumped the price so dramatically. That's why. Why Yaroslav just advised you correctly to do is because if you make sell out even of 200 NFTs, and even if you will rebuy your own NFTs and make it 2-3x better, 5x, you will be able to go with the bigger supply in the future, because you will be able to show that you already have one collection which made a good result. But the budget from 30,000 is the minimum budget for any NFT collection.
And this budget is for marketing, right? Only for
Yes, for marketing. If you also you need, like, if you want advisors, it's additional advisor. If you want good design, it's I mean, if it is pixelated, of course it's cheap. But if you want some 3D or animated, like, I don't know, imaginary ones type of design, it's expensive to create even the design. Also, the people who work in the project, everything.
And do you know some kind of industry standards of percentage I want to give to advisor to make him interested in project? Some kind of
Hey
5
guys,
Like this,
20%.
like
sorry for interrupting. I thought it would be a good idea to tell that we'll meet on Friday, and that will be our special Q&A session. Maxim, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it would be the best time to discuss all details and answer all, all questions, and consult some projects personally and things like that. What do you think, guys?
yeah, for sure. Yes, let's continue on Friday better, because now we already spent like 1 hour, and
Yeah,
Ksenia to say,
agreed.
so let's give her a word.
Okay, thanks. I wanted to tell you about one more really important part that you must follow when you want to launch your NFT collection or make a token sale, and this part is community. So I can assure you that the things you'll hear in next 10 or 15 minutes, they will be very useful, and you can apply everything you will hear in the nearest future. So I'm going to tell you how to prepare your social media to launch projects that will make the profit, 4x profit, or even more. That will depend on market, but still, yeah. So as you all know that the content is an important part of creating a complete version for your project, and not only in the crypto field. So through the content in your social networks, you can easily separate the rubbish project from something really worthwhile. So you may see for yourself, all new hype collections would not fill the leaderboard on OpenSea, for example, without having a long-term value building the eyes of their audience. And tons of small projects would not have been able to reach at least some profit if they had not found the right approach to their audience. And through what exactly? That's right, yeah, through the content. And there is no single correct metric, the knowledge of which will bring profit to your project. Yeah, collaborations, funds, your team, attracted influencers, and lots of parameters are certainly important, of course, but all of them are important only in combination with each other, not separately. And the content here is no exception. So let's figure out what types of content I'm talking about and how projects work with their social networks. The first type of content is a community-moved content. This is any active interaction with the audience. Usually, these are various events, communication in the comments or Discord, fan works, and so on. This type of content usually is essential for projects with medium and high results. And the second type of content is building a brand history. You may build a brand in the long run or even create your own lore. So this type of content is inherent in projects with high results. The third type, you all know this one, it's utility. You must reveal the usefulness of your project and what is its essence and what your project can give to your users. Utility content is, of course, it's inherent in projects with medium and high results. Now, the fourth type of content is, of course, AMA sessions. You need to make live broadcasts and communicate with your audience or answer prepared questions, whatever. But I must remind you that AMA sessions just slightly increase the level of trust in the project. But still, AMA sessions are good when you work with trust, when you build trust, when you try to communicate with your subscribers on any platform you have. Now, another type of content is a fan works. This type of content is also called UGC, user-generated content. And it's any material created for the project from its fans, whether it's art, videos, articles, or even live photos. UGC is inherent in projects with any result. So when I analyze a project community or prepare a project for a large-scale launch, I rely here on my checklist, which has 15 types of content, and I only revealed 5 of them, as you heard. So I created these principles based on many years of experience and observation. So now let's take a look at examples of projects that made everyone speak about them. We've also worked with some of them, and the distinct features here are the main content types that these projects use are community-moved content. They have building brand content. Of course, they are revealing their utility. They provide with AMA sessions and they have fan works. So, and also it's important, they do not split their content plan into before and after the sale. So the content plan and the content itself doesn't change depending on whether was there a sale or it's still on the roadmap. So content also, what is important, content is maintained for more than 2 months. You can just sell your collection or sell your token, having, social media that lasts only for, I don't know, 2 weeks or 1 month. You will have no trust. So another thing, the third one, the content focuses on utilities and the content projects use it interacting with audience and helps them to build their own brand. And each of these collections have their own strengths and show them very well. Some successful examples had fewer users on board than the number of their NFTs, but still shot hard and gave everyone the opportunity to earn and become part of a strong community. There is a direct connection, actually, between content and the final capitalization of the project. And I came up with just 2 rules. Rule number 1, constant airdrops, collaborations, and pressure on FCFS content are the basis of negative projects. It's a huge red flag that you should avoid doing this. So constant collaborations and giveaways, they are needed for projects that cannot give anything to the community. And therefore, they're trying to attract at least some kind of audience by any means. It's still a red flag. And I'm not saying here that you shouldn't provide any announcements and notify the audience, but the balance is always important. So getting acquainted with the project, the user spends only a couple of minutes to make conclusions. Once a user leaves, it can be very difficult, also very long and very expensive to work on their retention. Let me show you some user scenarios of how your social networks can look like for me as a user. So, as I mentioned earlier, trying to sell your NFTs is in a such volume as possible, and usually filling this with slogans about sold out soon, hurry up, mint, hurry mint, I don't know, something like that. It's a bad idea. When I look at the project, I want to know more about it before I make any purchase. And if all your posts are in hashtags, calls to mint or buy tokens, asking your audience to show any activity, like begging for any activity, I will see it. And most likely, I think that the project needs at least some kind of activity so much that under the cockpit, things are not going so well. Also, constant contests and collaborations to attract at least some attention, a closed Discord server where they let in packs of 500 people, and that's all actually, This is not a community building. Another example is when a project spent a lot of money on all sorts of marketing, but did not invest in product development. So as Chris said earlier, development part, dev part is really important. You should never forget about it. And as a result, if you forget about making things smooth and shiny from technical part, it's possible just to sell NFTs or tokens within 20 minutes after the launch, and nothing more happens. So another bad idea. And now the positive news, the rule I came up with. You need to focus on the community, on brand building and utility disclosure. And these are the basis of successful projects. If the project does not try to give its values to the audience in any way, it probably simply does not have these values. Plus, in the absence of long-term plans for attempts to build a brand, the intentions of the devs can make a cash grab it always become obvious, So, what will be the conclusion of all? The Web3 market relies on the community much more strongly than the Web2 market. And you should always remember it. Also, you as entrepreneurs, you need to understand the value and the mechanics of working with the community in order to just, clearly assess the quality of work with the audience, whether it's you directly or maybe your community manager or your marketing department. And mindless community building is equal to a lost profit. No exceptions of that. Since we have limited time, I have given you a brief version of the info, but you can already use this knowledge and look at your project from a new angle. I'll be also happy to help you on a personal call or even this Friday, and we can help you to find growth points for your project. Also, I'll stay in touch in chat, this chat where you hear our webinar from. And summing up, I want to thank you once again for your time and for listening. Perhaps you have some comments or questions, short ones. I think we all be happy to answer. Hey, you guys.
Okay, just I want to say thank you for all your information that you gave. It was really useful for me, and I think that I will contact you in private channels or maybe on Friday. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sure thing, sure thing. Even you have, a list of questions, I will be also happy to answer and to discuss because even now, even at this call, I think it was really relevant and also very useful for all our listeners. So thank you. Thank you, Andrei.
Yep. Ksenia, Chris, thanks a lot. I'm gonna stop the video now.